like we're seeing with Oregon losing people. That's my opinion of it. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. But I hate that it's a talking point because we have no reason to believe it's a talking point other than they used to be buddies. And apparently Scott Woodward is the greatest athletic director of all time. He recruited Jesus. Like, he's great.
Scott Woodward is a good athletic director.
He is.
People forget that Jimbo had a job for a long time without Scott Woodward as his athletic director.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're tied at the hip.
No.
Jimbo did seem to adamantly proclaim that he was staying at A&M. And again, I'm like 99% believing him. But that 1%, as we've talked about before, that bothers me is during that adamant statement, he said, I plan to finish my contract instead of I will. And that plan is the thing. Now, I've said it before, he's not a politician. He's not trying to, he's not going to say everything correctly. Maybe it's semantics.
Yep.
But I sure would have liked to have heard him say, I will, instead of plan.
Yeah. But again, I think there would be a different feel with ours, with our recruits. I should go to the News and Social Center. We do have a topic of the day, and I'm going to throw out another topic with this topic because we were having fun before the show. But here's the legitimate sports topic. What are the headlines going to be after the Auburn game? I'd like to hear from you guys on the A&B text line, 979-693-1150. Also on the BCSI hotline, 979-693-1150. But also, just because we were having a fun conversation with Uncle Donnie behind the scenes, in TexAgs the movie, who's playing who? Who plays Olin? Who plays Liucci? Who plays Gabe? Gabe's got a part in the movie.
Yeah, but it should be a small part. Like a cameo.
Like Dr. Evil? Oh, you mean like the short role?
Short role, because he's, technically not TexAgs anymore. He just kind of hovers around like a buzzard waiting for the body to stop twitching.
Bronny, who plays Bronny? That one's going to be a hard one to fill.
Oh,
okay.
Bronny.
The Zaner, the Daltonian, even our fun interns.
Bronny would be that. I don't even know the guy's name, but I see him in 100 things. He was in that Guardians of the Galaxy. I think he was painted blue.
Oh, you talking about?
I see him Mississippi Burning.
The wrestler?
No, he's a big guy he plays a lot of redneck parts. He was a redneck in Mississippi Burning. That Gene Hackman grabbed him by the.
Hold on.
And he's in Guardian of the Galaxy. He's painted blue. What else? He was in Sea of Love with Al Pacino. He was the villain in that movie.
Michael Rooker.
Sounds like Michael. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And Gabe's already texted me.
Oh gosh, you broke your phone.
No, I didn't. But Gabe's already texted me.
Who's playing Liucci? You had a good one.
Liucci. Did I?
Didn't you say Tom Cruise? But
no. I said Tom Cruise as Gabe, but only if he's in that makeup from Tropic Thunder.
That's right.
When he's Les Grossman or something. Liucci would either. I keep thinking, well, it's got to be an Italian guy, right? But then I kind of came back. Well, but Jeff. I think his name's Jeff Bridges, but only if he is reprising kind of that character from The Big Lebowski.
Okay. Is it Jeff Bridges or is it?
I don't know. I might have that wrong.
I think I get those two guys confused too. Yes.
The dude, whoever the dude was.
The dude, yeah.
The Liucci.
Yeah. I said David Carradine for you.
David Carradine.
Yeah, Kung Fu guy.
Yeah, Kung Fu guy. Yeah. He's,
is
he still alive?
I don't know, but we're going to find him for this movie.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. We'll let the people.
I could play myself because, I've been in a major motion picture.
I will read this one from Sutton in College Station. Okay. He says, Liucci is played by Matthew McConaughey. Now, while I see where he's going with it because of the hair and he's kind of cool and but the whole Texas thing eliminates Matthew from playing him.
See, John Travolta isn't, I thought of that, but he's not even though he's Italian, he's not Italian enough to be Liucci.
And he's old.
Yeah,
we got to find somebody.
Liucci's not a spring chicken.
1990 Al Pacino-ish, like back then, back in the day.
Yeah, 1990.
Yeah.
Of course, 1990, Al Pacino could be you. He could just, do the old Tony Montana thing.
I think I'm more Sonny Corleone.
Okay.
Not that I look like
James
Michael Caan.
Caan.
Yeah, James Caan, sorry. Yeah, I'm a little more Sonny sometimes with my temper. Let's go to the News and Social Center. We can continue this as people send in stuff. Hello, Toria Spravoa.
Hello, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi. I got a couple headlines for you guys real fast. I have number 3 ranked Texas A&M women's tennis, double tandem of J.C. Goldsmith and Tatiana Markarova, advanced to ITA National Fall Championship round of 16. And then last night, our Texas A&M volleyball jumped back in the win column, outlasting Auburn in 5 sets at Reed Arena. And then I do have a headline for you guys from our text. David and Temple saying, "What a game, what a team. Expectations rise in Aggieland."
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys, this is gonna be crazy. By the way, there's some people picking Liberty to beat Ole Miss because what's his name, Malik Willis, the quarterback, is pretty legit. There's gonna be 20 NFL scouts at that game. Win or lose, whatever happens to that game, if A&M is able to knock off Auburn this weekend, that game next week is going to be ridiculous. I guess depending on what happens with Liberty, but because that would be even though I think LSU is going to be tough regardless of how they're playing, I just think LSU is LSU, and we've struggled playing there. But if you win this weekend, that sets up your biggest test the rest of the way.
Yeah. I really believe that if A&M plays well, Auburn, Ole Miss, LSU play well, A&M wins.
Yep.
I think A&M's going 10-2 unless they give one away.
Please don't give one away. Do not give one away. I want to give you some advice. How about get out in nature? It was a little cold this morning, but it's all right. Was in my new neighborhood, walking around. Felt great out there. I know you like to do walks, right?
Yeah.
Go walk at Milliken Reserve. Their mission is to build a healthy community around nature. The nature there is incredible. Almost 3,000 acres of open space, farms, 30 miles of trails and homes. They've got a respect for the native landscape and the wildlife out there. We missed our veggies this week. We usually pick up our veggies on Thursday, but we missed it yesterday because we were busy. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's not good. How can we be so busy? And that's why I have a beard. I haven't shaved. I haven't done anything. So I apologize for the way I look. But Milliken Reserve, awesome, guys. Committed to maintaining and restoring that natural habitat out there. They've got it all: hiking, biking, canoeing, kayaking, equestrian trails, evening yoga, summer camps, music festivals, farmers markets, and farm tours. Learn more online at millikenreserve.com.
Find out first, get scores, updates, and more. Follow the Zone 1150 AM and 93.7 FM on Twitter. Zone 1150.
If you have a debit card, you're used to spending money. But what if your card actually ended up earning you money? That's not exactly normal, but that's what you can get at A&B. It's called Kasasa Cashback Checking. Don't mind the weird name. What you need to know is that it's a free account with cash rewards. Use your debit card for everyday purchases, and we'll pay you cash back every month. If that doesn't sound like normal banking, well, guess what? We're not a normal bank. So contact A&B today and ask for Kasasa or visit ANB.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The end of the tax year is near, so if you need maintenance or replacement parts for your construction equipment, WPI has you covered. Regardless of your machine's make or model, WPI can help. From custom hydraulic hoses, O-rings, and depth to teeth, buckets, and blades. Any part, filter, fluid, battery, or lighting for every brand of equipment is at your local WPI. Visit Jesse James at WPI's new location in Bryan, Highway 21 East at Marino Road, or click WPI.com.
The strength of America, our values, our way of life hasn't just been won on the battlefield. It's won every day in our communities when we come together, extending hands of compassion, service, and hope to those who need it most. For over 100 years, the American Legion has been strengthening communities across our nation by providing life-saving help and support to our veterans and neighbors during times like we're facing today.
It's what the Legion's all about.
From blood drives to distributing food, from responding to emergencies and protecting the most vulnerable among us, our mission is making America's communities stronger.
We are one family, and therefore we care.
We are the American Legion, veterans strengthening America. To learn how you can help, visit legion.org.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, your offensive coordinator, quarterback coach / head coach / Joe Douglas, general manager, went to watch Zach Wilson work out, train, watch thousands of hours of film on him, and now you come to the realization that you can't communicate with him and you can't coach him up. So you decide, hey, why don't I go out and get his quarterback coach who trains him? Okay, training a quarterback is way different than a quarterback playing in a damn game. You don't go bring a coach in the middle of the season to start to try to help a quarterback out that you drafted who started training camp in August.
But why not? What's wrong with doing
You
it?
know,
Let me you're more frustrated by
that
the timing
tells
of
me that your organization, Joe Douglas, the head of the organization, doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Spend your mornings with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, powered by WC Tractor. Mornings from 5 to 8 here on The Zone.
It is TexAgs Radio. We are here in the Rollo Insurance Studio. They are the official insurance provider of TexAgs Radio. The difference is real. An independent insurance company built around educating you on exactly what you're paying for, doing the shopping for you so you can accomplish all of your insurance goals. Their headquarters is on Highway 6 right here in College Station. Call 888-44-ROLLO or go to rolloinsurance.com. A lot of text messages coming in for who would play our parts. And I had to pause for a second because Forrest and Wellican wants to get into a little fist fight with me.
Really?
I vote for Pee Wee Herman for Nuno.
Oh.
Perfect high-pitched, squeaky voice fits the part.
Man. Glenn, come on, dude.
Forrest and Wellican. Forrest, I mean, I know I can do the Larry David high-pitch sometimes, but do I have a high-pitched voice?
No.
You can tell me if it's all right. We're friends.
I wouldn't call it high-pitched.
Pee Wee Herman.
You do like to wear skinny jeans.
Don't wear skinny jeans.
Well,
I don't know why people say that.
Do they say they seem skinny?
No, they're not skinny.
Oh, okay.
Not skinny.
See that? There's the high pitch.
Yeah, but that's when I can do that. Yeah. Let's see how many curls Pee Wee Herman can do. And I've never been arrested in a movie theater. How about that?
Yeah.
I've never been caught. So let me say this. For Billy, we found one. Collectively,
and he's going to like it.
Yeah. I can't say this dude's name, but his name is Joe Manganiello. He played Deathstroke in the Snyder cut of Batman versus the Justice League. But that's who I have. This dude's jacked, got great hair, same kind of beard. Well, he's got more of a beard, but he would be perfect for Billy in the movie.
Rusty Burston is sending me some
actors.
Guy named Adam Bucci as Lucci.
Adam Bucci as Lucci. That sounds perfect. Yeah, I can see that.
And he says a guy named Brock Holt. I don't know. Is he a baseball player? Is Gabe?
That is Gabe Bach. Holy cow, that's Gabe. That is Gabe's cousin with a mustache.
So
there you go.
But I don't know who Brock Holt is.
I don't either. But that face was Gabe's face without a doubt. You ready to do a little pick six, my friend?
You bet.
All right. Let's go with our number one game, Auburn. They're number 12 in the country, 6-2, 3-1 in the SEC versus number 13 A&M, 6-2. 2:30 at Kyle Field. CBS broadcast. A&M favored by 4.5.
I'll take the Aggies. I think they're going to win the football game. I really do. I don't think that's looking at it with maroon glasses. I'm trying to look at it objectively, and I think they're going to win the game. I think they're a better football team. The caveat is that Zach Calzada plays well. I'm not asking him to play like he did against Alabama.
Yep.
But I think if he takes care of the ball, makes the easy passes, lightens us up on the speed on the dump off throws, then I think A&M will win it unless they give it away.
I agree with you. Number 2. By the way, I'm giving the points as well. Number 2, Mississippi State 5-3, 3-2 in the SEC at Arkansas, who's 5-3. 3 o'clock, Razorback Stadium. SEC Network for that one. Arkansas is favored by 4.5.
I'll take Mississippi State in the points.
I am too. Gosh, we're the same, buddy.
Mississippi State, Arkansas, Catalon. He's been out.
Yep.
He's out for the year with a shoulder injury. He's their best defensive back, and I think when you go against Mississippi State, you need to be at your very best in the secondary.
I agree with you. Here's a fun game right here. Liberty, 7-2, got a great quarterback, Malik Willis, against Number 15, Ole Miss at home, the Hugh Freeze Bowl, 11 o'clock there, SEC Network. Ole Miss favored by 9.5.
Yeah, I'm going to take Ole Miss. I know the guy from Liberty, Willis, is really good. Started his career at Auburn. A big reason why Gus Malzahn's not there anymore when you're struggling at quarterback, and there's a guy that you had who's playing well somewhere else, doesn't sit well. But here's the fact. Ole Miss's roster is dotted, or it's full of SEC caliber players.
Yep.
Liberty's not. So Liberty might actually have the better quarterback because Corral
is a little banged up.
If he's banged up, if he's at 75% or 80%, maybe he's not better than that. But they're going to have more talent on the field than Liberty.
Yeah, look, Ole Miss has got some issues. Matt Corral has to play well in this game and really has to play well against A&M for him to really be in that Heisman conversation, because I think he'll still get invited to New York, but his luster is starting to fall.
Well, it is. And it coincides with his injury.
Yep.
But that's part of it.
It's the totality of the season. Fourth game, LSU, 4-4 at Alabama, 7-1. Oh, they lost a game? Oh, who did they lose to? Oh, yeah, that's right, A&M. 6 o'clock start, Bryant-Denny Stadium. ESPN, Bama. This is a big point spread right here, 28.5.
Yeah, I'm taking Bama.
I am too. I think LSU maybe used all they had against Florida, and that's how the story's going to end for them. They may have another. I mean, I think they still have some weak opponent on their schedule. I don't remember who it is. Here's one that I don't know, man. Texas, 4-4. They've lost 3 straight.
Wait a minute. Did you take Ole Miss or did you take Liberty?
I took Ole Miss.
Oh, okay.
Did I not say? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm taking Ole Miss for sure. So Texas 4-4, 2-3 in the Big 12 at Iowa State. That is a 6:30 start at Jack Trice Stadium on Fox Sports. Iowa State favored by 6.5.
This is a tough one. It's a tough call. It's going to be cold. I think Iowa State wins the game. I really do. But I think I'm going to take Texas in the points.
I'm taking Texas too. This is what's bothering me. I'm trying to catch you in the standings, and we have the exact same thing.
Well, I'll take Iowa State.
No, you don't have to do me
I'm going to take Iowa State.
Oh, you're gambling on yourself. You're like, you know what? I can put some more separation.
That's right. So I'm taking Iowa State.
Okay. Changed here.
My first thought is always go with your first thought. Go with your gut.
Now I feel like
let
changing
your
my
gut
mind.
speak, and my gut talks a lot.
So
obviously.
What if I change my mind because you just changed your mind?
Then I'll change it back.
We'll keep playing this musical chair. Sorry, we'll move on. I'm kidding. I'm still taking.
I'll take the Cyclones.
taking
my friend Doug Beck's a big Cyclones fan.
All right, I got Texas. All right, Wake Forest at North Carolina, and North Carolina favored by 2.5.
I'm going to take North Carolina.
I am too. Gosh, dog it.
I just keep going back to Army scoring 56 points.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, if Army score 56, what can Sam Howell do? And is Wake Forest always going to be able to score, outscore everybody? I think. No, now North Carolina's been kind of a disappointment this year.
They have, but who has Wake Forest played?
I think their best win is probably over, Louisville or somebody like that.
Yeah. All right. We'll keep it there right now, though.
You know what's the game that we didn't pick that I think is the really tough one to figure out?
Which one?
Michigan State at Purdue.
Well, Purdue's good at home, man. They are good.
And Michigan State just beating Michigan and going on the road against a Purdue team that's easy to overlook, but they're not bad. They beat Iowa, and they're a 3-point dog at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tough one to pick. You know what you do if you're Michigan State? Do what you've done all year. Just give it to Kenneth Walker III. Let him dominate.
We're not picking that game, but I think I'd take Purdue.
Would you?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I'd take Michigan State. I do.
See, that's the one we would have been different on.
So if next week we're tied, that's the one I need.
So now I'm rooting for the Cyclones.
Look at you. I'm rooting for this.
I
hope I'm wrong. That's one I'll give it away, but I think eventually they're going to win one of these games that they keep giving away.
Or they won't get the lead in one of those games.
That'd be great. You know what would be even better? Iowa State wins 50-0. That would be great.
Yeah, that almost like that. But that's, Breece Hall, Brock Purdy, Charlie Kohler.
They got some players.
Some good offensive players against that porous Texas defense.
Yeah, they got some players without a doubt. I want to remind everybody about Passive Back Day. Tuesday, we're going to be doing it, guys. It's going to be fun. We'll be out there doing what we always do. Well, we'll be here in studio, but they will be out there So we're looking forward to helping out here with the Association of Former Students. Try to make sure that you're involved, listening to the show that day, and text in and be a part of the great action that is going on there at Pass It Back Day. Thanks to our good friends there at the Association of Former Students, the oldest organization serving A&M in support of the Aggie Network. They are here, they are there, they are everywhere, and it's with your donations and your help. So if it's Pass It Back Day or if it's this weekend or both, make sure that you get involved and make a gift out there. $100 a year. You can become a Century Club member, guys. $100 a year, $9 a month. You're going to get the decal, the plaque, and the Texas Aggie magazine. To learn more about the impact of the association, get involved, make a gift. Visit aggienetwork.com/giving.
I'm Chelsea Reber with your community calendar on The Zone. College Station High School Theater presents A Midsummer Night's Dream, Friday and Saturday. Tickets are online at cshstheater.com. A presentation for seniors about using technology is being held on Wednesday, November 10th. Contact the Maturewell Lifestyle Club for more information. Former Vice President Mike Pence is speaking at Rudder Theater on Thursday, November 11th at 7 p.m., hosted by Texas A&M's Young Americans for Freedom. Tickets are free to the public and available at tamuyaf.org. Join the Brazos County A&M Club for their annual fundraiser, Beats and Barbecue, Saturday, November 13th at Savage Brew Lab in Bryan. Game day starts tomorrow morning at 11:30 with the Twin Peaks pregame show. Then listen to A&M-Auburn at 2:30. 30 minutes after the game, dial in on the call-in show, powered by TexAgs.com. Spend your game day on 1150 AM and 93.7 FM. I'm Chelsea Reber on The Zone.
The end of the tax year is near, so if you need maintenance or replacement parts for your construction equipment, WPI has you covered. Regardless of your machine's make or model, WPI can help. From custom hydraulic hoses, O-rings, and depth to teeth, buckets, and blades. Any part, filter, fluid, battery, or lighting for every brand of equipment is at your local WPI. Visit Jesse James at WPI's new location in Bryan, Highway 21 East at Marino Road, or click WPI.com.
Maroon U is your ultimate stop for brand name apparel, gifts, and accessories for the entire family. From Columbia, 47 brand, Yeti, Dooney & Burke, and Adidas. We're able to outfit you for every occasion. Visit Maroon U and our family of companies on Holloman Drive in College Station to shop the latest in brand name Aggie merchandise. Shop Maroon U today. Voted best in the Brazos best gift shop since 2016. Maroon never looked so good with Maroon U.
Shop local, buy local, save big deals.
It's not every day you can save money. Oh, wait, you can. Hi, Jenny here from Big Deals. When you shop Big Deals, you'll save money every day on dozens of gift certificates from local businesses like these.
Lena Salon, baked or fried, Socorro's Second Chance Resale Shop, and Specialties Photography. Visit AggielandBigDeals.com to save big. AggielandBigDeals.com.
You can hear every Aggie football game, home, road, or bowl, every Aggie football game right here on Sports Radio 1150 AM and 93.7 FM. Game Day on the Zone, brought to you in part by Bobcat of the Brazos Valley, Frontier Communications, and BCS All-State agent Jerry Anderson. After every Aggie home football game, 30 minutes after every Aggie football game, tune in for the Twin Peaks call-in show, powered by TexAgs.com.
Of course. Hey, it's TexAgs Radio. We're having a conversation off air. Good times. That's what we do. Dog talking. So we got to do 3 things that we want to see this weekend here on TexAgs Radio, presented by David Gardner's Jewelers. But before that, the text line is popping. Tori Spravot is going to be mad at me. I'm going to read some of these because these are good. So we just, because of a conversation before the show, we did TexAgs the movie, and we were trying to play parts. And our good friend Roy May sent us a couple good ones. All right? Let's see how we go. OB, Billy Bob Thornton.
Okay, I'll take that.
Your mic's not on for some reason. Are you hitting something?
I don't.
There, you're back. You're back. OB.
I'd take that.
Yeah.
I like Bad Santa.
Bad Santa's good. I think Donnie actually had that one earlier, too. Nuno, Robert Downey Jr. I'll take that one.
Okay, yeah.
I'll take that one. You know,
I mean, if he can play a black guy in Tropic Thunder, he can play a Cuban guy.
He can play a
in
Cuban
TexAgs
guy.
the movie,
and he's Iron Man. Hello, I think I'm a more Christian Bale guy, but whatever. We'll go with Robert Downey. Gabe.
American Psycho.
According to Roy May.
Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Okay, but I think he's a little bit too ginger for Gabe, and he's also a little bit too,
But great actor. He can play that part.
Yeah, not anymore.
Oh, that's right. I keep casting people who are gone. Sorry. Billy Liucci, John Turturro, according to Roy May.
I could see it.
Zane, Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
From Zombieland.
Little Jewish guy.
Jason Howell, Bill Murray. Bronny, Jon Favreau. I can see that.
It's too good for Bronny.
The chef version of Jon Favreau, yeah. And Dalton, Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. Except, okay.
You're okay with that one?
Because I can watch Jonah Hill, and sometimes you like him, and sometimes he really irritates you.
So last one here, and then we'll get to the topic because we gotta keep the business. This has been fun. Trey and Shiner says Nuno's Andy Garcia, which I think you brought up earlier.
Brought that up.
I think Andy Garcia from 1991,
Godfather 3.
Godfather
Might be a little
3.
old.
Yeah,
he might be a little old. But
Godfather 3, Andy Garcia was cool. Vincent Mancini was his name. OB, Scott Glenn.
Okay, older guy that, his best days behind him, but his best days were pretty good.
Gabe, Bruce Willis.
No.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
No.
Luch, Michael Madsen. I can see that.
Yeah. See him tying Gabe up and pouring gasoline all over him, about to light him on fire like Reservoir Dogs.
And then Bronny, this one I cannot agree with. The Rock.
Oh, no.
We're not going to do that for him. And the last one I'll read. Lane in Centerville. Olin Buchanan, that reporter from Friday Night Lights.
Ah, there you go.
Hey, let's do 3 things we want to see, OB. You want to start?
Yeah, sure. I want to see a strong running game. There's no reason to think that A&M won't run the ball well, but I want to see it. Sometimes you expect to do something and it doesn't work out, but I expect a really strong running game from A&M.
Sure.
I want to see that. I want to see a pass rush. I want to see when Bo Nix has to pass, I want to see a pass rush. I want to see him fluster him. Don't let him out of the pocket, but I want to see him get sacked a couple times. And then, what I should have put in front of pass rush actually is I want to see A&M do what they've been doing, and that is play really good, sound, consistent run defense. Because if you do that, you are putting Bo Nix in a position where he needs to throw the football.
All right. Well, that'll go in with what I want to see. I want to see them keep Bo Nix in the pocket, right? Which is obvious. That's what you want to do against them. But make him beat you by throwing in the pocket as opposed to beating you by throwing, running out, or making some dramatic plays. Keep him. You have to have lane discipline. Make him throw into some tight spaces. Along that same line, Zach Calzado, don't lose the game. It is okay to be a game manager here. Don't throw picks. If it's not open, don't try to fit it where you're not sure. Just throw it out of bounds. And I think with the pieces around you, you could be very conservative at home and win this game without taking too many chances. My opinion there. And then do what you've been doing the last few games and continue to do it and expose what I think, and you brought to my attention, Auburn's rush defense, which is known as pretty good, but what we've seen in the SEC recently hasn't been all that good. Run for 200 yards. Ole Miss ran for 157.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas ran for 257. Okay? A&M over 200 yards. They did 238 against Missouri and 290 against South Carolina. Last year, they ran for 352 on Auburn. 361. 352 at Auburn, 361 at Mississippi State. Do what you've been doing for the last couple games. Establish that. And even against Alabama, you didn't rush for over 100 yards, but you ran the ball effectively. If you run the ball effectively, you're going to win this game.
I think so. I think if you do what you've been doing well, which is running the ball well and stopping the run well, if you do those things, and then, you can say this for any football game.
Sure.
Can't turn the ball over. But because you can say that for every game, A&M just has to do well what it does well. Just play sound run defense and run the football.
And that's not a shot at Auburn. I think if you do well, I'm not talking Zach Calzada going 10 of 10 to start the game and, a 38-yard touchdown. I'd love to see it. I'm just saying do what you do well and don't make mistakes. if Spiller and A-Chain both rush for 108 yards, you're winning this game.
I think so.
If you can find a touchdown, a non-offensive touchdown, you might win this game by a lot.
Well, I asked Jordan Rogers yesterday if any team had a significant advantage in any matchup, and he said, well, yeah, it's A&M with their skill guys.
Yeah.
And I think the running backs, I would give A&M the edge, but I think, okay.
Tank is good.
But, Auburn's got Tank and his backup, whose name I can't think of right now, is really productive. So you can call that at the very least, you should call that a push, okay? Yeah. But A&M with Weidemeyer, with Anias, even with Chapman or Demas, they have more threats in the passing game than Auburn does.
So those are a couple names that we haven't brought up in this 3 things we want to see. But we haven't even brought up Anias Smith, who's been phenomenal this last stretch, as has Jalen Weidemeyer. You win by getting your stars the ball, and it doesn't have to be flashy either. If Jalen can have 4 catches, 68 yards, Anias does what he does, and you run the ball, look, maybe it's because I'm not convinced by what I've seen from Auburn. They might be a way better team. I'm thinking back to early season Auburn than I am what they've done in this recent stretch. And if I can give the benefit of the doubt to A&M, who has improved as the season has gone on, it's very possible that Auburn has as well. But the talent, I think, is better at A&M. The home field advantage obviously goes a long way. And for those reasons, you do what you do, you win.
I agree. And look, Auburn's good. They have proven to be good. But let's also look at things objectively. Ole Miss, a lot of injuries going into that game, and Lane Kiffin kept going for it on 4th down when it didn't.
Right.
Wasn't a smart move. Arkansas, a lot of injuries in that game, especially on defense. And they had a big fumbled punt in that game that turned things. So I think that you look at those games, you say, give Auburn credit. They won the game. They're a bona fide threat. You're going to have to play well. You can't go out there and be on your B game and they're on their A game. You'll lose.
Sure.
But I think A&M, if they play well, will win the football game.
All right, whatever actor goes to play us in the movie, before they get approved, they're going to have to go and have a stage test, obviously, and they're going to have a good grill, right? So I'm going to send them to Dr. Elms and Dr. Stewart here at Elms Orthodontics. Seriously, we can't have actors with bad teeth playing our parts in a movie. Just can't have it. Go get yourself some Invisalign. Go get yourself braces. Fix that smile. You got kids at home that are, at that age where, people are noticing and, they're self-conscious about it. Go get a consultation. Seriously, get a free consultation there at Elms Orthodontics on the Bypass in College Station, and they are so good. You've heard me talk about Dr. Elms for a long time. He's 16-time Best of the Brazos winner, platinum level Invisalign provider. You also have Dr. Stewart, class of 03. They are incredible together. Cruz went by there recently and had a wonderful experience. And, for us moving, we wanted to find a place that we could feel very comfortable, and that's why we went to Elms Orthodontics. 1501 Emerald Parkway in College Station. The phone number for Elms Orthodontics, 979-693-6300, or learn more online at drelms.com.
Our mornings rock with Keyshawn, Jay, Will, and Zubin. Weekday mornings from 5 to 8 here on Sports Radio 1150 AM and 93.7 FM Zone.
Howdy, y'all. This is Cullen Gillespie, former 12th man. I've always tried to help my team on and off the field. And now I'd like to help Texas A&M fans like you cut their electricity bills in half. Yep, in half. It takes less than 5 minutes and you'll save hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars every year. 90% of Texans overpay for electricity, so don't be one of them. Sign up today at energyogre.com and use code GILLY, G-I-L-L-Y, for a free month of service.
Howdy, Ags. This is Dr. Krishna Shanmugam from BCS Eye Associates. I'm a fellowship-trained cornea and glaucoma specialist and eye surgeon, but most importantly, fighting Texas Aggie class of 2007. I was born in Aggie, raised in Aggie, and now back in the Brazos Valley to serve Aggieland, the incredible place that made me the person that I am today. We're the only fellowship-trained glaucoma, cornea, and cataract surgeon in town, and would be delighted to take care of you locally for your eye exam and your eye surgery needs. Give us a call to schedule an appointment today with Dr. K at BCS Eye Associates at 979-701-2020 or visit mybcsi.com.
The George Bush Presidential Library and Museum is excited to welcome you back. In addition to the permanent galleries, we have some new temporary exhibits. With Texas Sea Grant 50 Years of Science and Stewardship, we're celebrating the many accomplishments of the Texas Sea Grant program at Texas A&M. You can also explore Oceans of Plastic, an art collection of plastic trash collected from Texas beaches, and learn more about George Bush, an environmental president. Visit bush41.org to purchase tickets or for more information.
Aggie football is here, and Texas A&M Transportation Services offers parking and shuttle options. Pay $25 cash to park near Bush Library, Bonfire Memorial, or Agronomy Road. Ride the free Downtown Bryan shuttle. For pre- and post-game traffic and parking info, or to purchase parking before the game, visit Destination Aggieland within the TAMU app, download the Park Mobile app, or visit transport.tamu.edu/football.
For those parking with an annual permit, be ready to show us your permit barcode printed on paper or on your smartphone screen. Follow us on Twitter at @GetToAggieGame.
If you missed Louie, you missed.
Yes, I want to win more than anyone, but at the same time, we are developing young student athletes that are becoming the people they're going to be and the adults they're going to be after they leave here, after they leave this place. But what's special is they're always going to be connected to this place. And so then you're representing more than just volleyball. You're representing A&M and the 12th man, and getting them to wrap their minds around that. I mean, we are at a crucial development stage for student athletes, but just young people that are coming from their families, from their high school life, clubs, volleyball, all of that, into their own independent lives and still developing as people and as athletes. So I look at it as a very special time, very crucial, it's everything. I mean, it is more than just sports. It is life. It is real things. And
Listen to Louie from 11 to 2 weekdays on The Zone. Brought to you in part by Smoothie King.
Yeah, I think he was on the Munsters or one of those shows. It's TexAgs Radio. We are just laughing our you-know-what's off about some of these comparisons that have come in. This one just made Opie laugh for hours. It was like 5 minutes, but Billy in Thornton says, no, is it Billy in Thornton? Yeah, Billy in Thornton says, Peter Dinklage as Gabe Bach.
But you know what? And then Tori just read one. Somebody suggested that might be the mic drop of all.
Read it. Say it again.
Clint Howard as Gabe.
Clint Howard as Gabe. Now I'm trying.
That is so mean.
Yeah, he was also in some other movies.
Well, he's in a million movies.
Yeah,
he's just
the
Water
Waterboy
guy.
Yeah,
he's in everything.
Yeah, wow, that's and the one that I found just scrolling through. Adam Driver, this guy, Kylo Ren as Liucci.
Yeah.
And the one that had you going, and you're about to get a text message with some 4-letter words in there, Elijah Wood as Zane.
Yeah, Elijah Wood, yeah. The guy that's, is he a Hobbit?
I think he is the Hobbit. I've never watched The Hobbit, but I think so.
Yeah.
And the dude who plays Ant-Man as, I can see him
is that
as
Paul Rudd?
Paul Rudd, yeah, he could play Zane in the movie.
Yeah, he could. Or
he could play, yeah.
Ed Norton.
Ed Norton, too?
Not American History X Ed Norton.
Oh, last one, and I promise I'm moving on from this topic because we've done it. Lucci as, what's this comedian's name? Russell Brand.
Oh, yeah, Russell Brand.
Russell Brand, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go to the News and Social Center. I'm sure most of our text messages are about our headline.
No.
What's the headline going to be after Auburn? Come on. What's coming in?
Nothing. Y'all literally hijacked this show with actors who can play for a TexAgs movie.
We only have the biggest football game.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
and that's
guys.
Why we're done with this.
The only one I had was from David and Temple, and I read that in the first hour. So.
Yep. All right.
What you got, though? I want to hear if somebody else has a good one.
You know, Lucci's driving in right now. It's like, really?
Yeah, I know, for real.
No, Lucci's fine with it because all the guys playing Liucci are
like big-time actors.
Yeah, and they're handsome guys. You know, like the guy you just, you said, the guy named Driver?
Yeah, Adam Driver. Great actor, too.
I'm not familiar with him.
You haven't watched Star Wars with him, Kylo Ren?
I've never seen Star Wars.
Wow, that's amazing to me.
Any of them. Well, I saw one of them. Saw the one with the little guys that look like Gabe.
Oh, my God. We were destroying the man.
You know, they had the spears.
Yeah, the Ewoks?
Yeah.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi.
That's the one I saw.
I'm kind of a nerd. I don't know if you've noticed.
Well, I'm not going to call anybody a nerd that's, they can kick my butt.
Well, if you had nunchuck, yeah, I'd still win. All right, Tori, go ahead.
4.
Didn't one just come in that you wanted to read to us?
No, it's actors. I mean,
everything is
Aaron
actors.
from College Station just said Kurtwood Smith for Gabe Bach.
Kurtwood Smith. I don't know him.
I don't know.
Oh, here we go. We have a random text saying Ags protect Kyle.
Yeah. All right. Let's get back on point.
Yeah, there you go.
As much fun as we've had, and it's Friday. During the final countdown, we
I want
sometimes
to
have
play
some
the
fun.
McKinney brothers, but go on.
Oh wow! Now that you've brought them into the mix, this could. I may have to ask
John Cena as
there we go.
as Steve,
or Hunter Goodwin.
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
I'm not gonna do owners on this one. I'm out on that topic. Not playing owners in the movie.
Well, you just got to make sure that they're flattered.
All right. So, OB, final thoughts here in the last 3 minutes of the segment, and I apologize. And I know most of you are laughing, so I'm glad we're having a good time. But what is your final thoughts heading into this game? We've had a theme, I feel, for the last week, which is you do what you do, you win. That's A&M, right?
Mm-hmm.
What can't they do beyond just throwing turnovers? We know that, but beyond that.
What can't they do? They cannot, and you talked about it, they cannot let Bo Nix escape and make big plays off schedule. That's how they beat LSU. Him getting out of the pocket and making plays off schedule. He did that against A&M last year. Yep. So I think they cannot let Tank Bigsby have a big game running the football.
So remind me.
Can't give up big plays in the passing game, which is not Auburn's game, though.
Last year was close up until the fourth quarter, but more because of self-inflicted wounds,
yes,
correct?
Missed field goals, some big penalties here and there.
Because if you look at the stat line, rushing for 352 yards, and you would think you win that game.
Yeah, they're on the 1 yard line, I think, and I can't remember if they got stopped or if that's when they went for a chip shot field goal, missed it.
Right.
You just got to close out your really good scoring opportunities.
Let me rephrase. You should win that game significantly. If you rush for 350 yards with this team, you would think that would be a significant victory. But it was a close game entering the fourth quarter. But again, that's what the Aggies do, right? They put you in a sleeper hold by the fourth quarter, and that's where they dominate.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't come to that, but I do expect it's going to be a very competitive football game.
Very competitive football game. I don't know why, but Danny DeVito just showed up on my timeline, and now I'm trying to figure out how he's going to be in the movie. I haven't figured that out yet.
Well, he's Italian.
He's not. No, he is not Billy Liucci. Billy Liucci's like 6'2". Yeah. We're not doing Danny DeVito. We'll find another role for him.
Okay.
But it was fun, my man. Thank you so much.
You bet.
And tomorrow you'll be on the pregame show with Louie.
Who Danny DeVito would probably play in the movie.
There you go. See what you did there? Now we're all going to get an email. We're all going to get an email now. All right, guys, we got a great hour number 2 planned for you. We've got Liucci obviously coming in studio. Josh Pate, you guys asked for him. We got him. He's coming to College Station this weekend. He's done a wonderful job there with 24/7 Sports and CBS HQ. He'll join us. And, of course, the 10 o'clock hour, it's the final countdown. You're listening to TexAgs Radio, presented by David Gardner's Jewelers.
VeraBank is open and we are excited to serve you in College Station. Hi, this is Erica Archer, Treasury Management Officer at VeraBank, and I specialize in helping businesses run their day-to-day operations more efficiently, saving you valuable time. Our team's job is to make yours easier. So give us a call or come by and see us off of Highway 6. At VeraBank, you have a team of genuine bankers on your side, and you can bank on it.
Visit VeraBank.com today. That's VERA Bank.com. VeraBank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Our publications reach every corner of the Brazos Valley, and we want to partner with you in sharing your message with the community. You may recognize a few of our Bryan Broadcasting publications.
Best of the Brazos Valley.
Brazos Life, the annual manual.
Welcome home, Brazos Valley.
Brazos Family.
Brazos Wellness.
Brazos Valley Bride.
Peace, Brazos Christian Life.
With the combined power of 7 magazine titles, 11 radio stations, and digital solutions, Bryan Broadcasting Publications can help you be heard. Call 979-695-9595 to learn more.
Listen to Texas A&M football, Texas A&M basketball, or Texas A&M baseball on your smart speaker. Just say play Zone 1150 to hear your favorite team. This is KZNE College Station Bryant, Aggieland's home for sports.
From WTAW, I'm Chelsea Reber with a news update on the zone. The governing body for the Texas Department of Transportation awards $55 million for 41 projects not involving vehicular traffic.
$3 million is headed to projects in TxDOT's Bryan District. City of College Station's getting $1.2 million for bike lanes along George Bush from Texas to Welborn. Bicycle lanes will be separated from vehicular traffic by a raised curb. City of Navasota's getting $784,000 for new sidewalks along Brosick Avenue from Washington to Piedmont. Another $1 million will be spent in Buffalo for sidewalks, crosswalks, and other improvements around the junior high school. Texas Transportation Commission approved the funding after a 20% increase in bicyclist deaths and a 9% rise in pedestrian deaths from 2019 to 2020. This Sunday marks 21 straight years of daily deaths on Texas highways. Bill Oliver, 1620 94.5 WTAW.
January 4th marks 8 years since College Station police responded to a crash near John Crompton Park involving a drunk driver where one of his passengers sustained life-threatening injuries. According to online court records, the driver is headed to prison after admitting this week to violating probation. 27-year-old Eric Grimes, who lived in North Zolch at the time of the crash, entered a plea agreement with the district attorney's office where he was sentenced to 4 years but was given credit for time served. College Station and Costco have crossed the T's and dotted the I's. Director of Economic Development and Tourism, Natalie Reese, says they are scheduled to close on the property this month.
They have to be open for business before the end of 2023. I would be surprised if you didn't see activity on the site by January.
Reese says negotiations with other businesses have not started because the city just went under contract with a local brokerage firm to represent them on the remaining 28 acres of land surrounding Costco. For more news, go to WTAW.com. I'm Chelsea Reber on The Zone.
The love that I have for Texas A&M is just feeling so much a part of the school, feeling like there's always people there to support you, that you've got a friend no matter what.
I'd want to give a student the chance to do something they want to do. And the association, I know, gave a lot of my friends the ability to go forward and to actually pick the major they wanted, do the studies they wanted to do.
When I started thinking about college, I had one goal in mind, and that was my parents will not pay for my schooling.
There's a lot of kids out there who are going to make good Aggies, and we ought to give them a chance, and I'm willing to put my share in to try to help them.
Of all of our traditions that are well known, the one that sometimes gets passed over and just taken for granted is perhaps the greatest, and that's Aggies helping Aggies.
To learn more about the association's impact or to make a gift, visit tx.ag/giving.
Good morning, sports fans. I'm Zach Taylor with your Aggie Sports Minute on The Zone. The Sports Minute is brought to you by Hilco Roofing and Supply. Call 936-825-0500 or click hilcosupply.com. A big showdown at Kyle Field tomorrow as 14th-ranked Texas A&M football hosts number 13 Auburn. Now, historically, the visiting team has almost always been the winner in the series. Aggie head man Jimbo Fisher.
Someone brought that up to me. I think the only time is the one time over there that they won at home or whatever, I think. But, you know, that all comes and goes. When I was at Auburn, it was Auburn and Georgia was like that for a long stretch, and then it finally broke and went somewhere else. I mean, eventually those things break, so it'll happen and we'll go. So, but we don't worry about those things. Each year is a different year, and each thing's a different thing you got to play.
Jimbo and the guys square off against Auburn tomorrow at 2:30 with broadcast right here on The Zone. Time for a sneak peek at the SEC, brought to you by T-Mobile. Texas A&M volleyball rallied past Auburn last night, 3-2. Now the Ags and Tigers will go at it again this evening at 6. Meanwhile, Florida took care of Tennessee yesterday in 4 sets, and South Carolina upset Kentucky in 5. And that's been your SEC sneak peek, brought to you by T-Mobile, the official 5G sponsor of the SEC. And the Aggie women's tennis duo of J.C. Goldsmith and Tatiana Makarova has advanced to the round of 16 at the ITA National Fall Championships in San Diego. And that's been your Aggie Sports Minute, brought to you by Hilco Roofing and Supply. On the Zone, I'm Zach Taylor.
The best is yet to come in College Station.
2 seconds left. 28-yard attempt by Seth Small. Is down. It is up. And the fight, Texas Aggies take down the top-ranked Tide 41-38.
Join us Saturday. The Aggies host the Auburn Tigers. Our coverage begins at 1:30 on your home for Aggies football, the Texas A&M Sports Network.
Listen to Aggie football on 1150 AM and 93.7 FM. Online at radioaggieland.com. Or tell your smart speaker to play Zone 1150.
It is TexAgs Radio, presented by David Gardner's Jewelers, here in the Rollo Insurance Studio. Good morning, everyone. Our number 2 of the program, breaking things down here. We had a weird first hour. Appreciate everybody participating in our TexAgs the movie topic. Hopefully we will move away from that as we enter hour number 2, but I'm sure it'll come up at some point, especially with Billy coming in studio here momentarily. But what we'll do now is we'll open up the phone lines for you guys to join the conversation about this game against Auburn, a game that I'm really confident about. And I don't like being very confident about games because it's kind of like I was confident about the World Series for the Astros because you got through Boston, you had a great little playoff run, but I'm optimistic because I think this A&M team is playing at a different level. I'm optimistic because I believe this A&M team does things well, especially at home, that would lead you to believe that they'll win this game. They're running the ball well again. They're playing great defense, and they're playing at Kyle Field. Plus, all these visions that you had before the season started, not the national championship vision, but the vision beyond that, right? A New Year's Six Bowl, still very much in play. Go 10-2, take care of business. You've got 2 very tough games here, and you close with one that I think is going to be tough. But don't give it away. You win this game playing your brand of football, which is a little A-chain, a little spiller. Boom, Jalen Watermeyer. Make that noise. Just don't give it away. Your defense is strong enough to, I believe, neutralize the running game. You just can't allow for some of the issues that we saw early on in the season, which was allowing quarterbacks to run a little bit. We saw it. We saw it, unfortunately, often in the first few weeks of the season. That has to stop. The script has been flipped, though, the way A&M goes into games. First halves versus second halves. Early on, they were making those halftime adjustments to find ways to win games and fourth quarter comebacks in Colorado and whatnot. Then it kind of flipped. The way they started scoring on teams early on. Has it been 24 points in 3 consecutive first halves, dating back to the Alabama game? Scoring early, I think, here at home allows you to do what you do well. Auburn is a very good team. But I do believe that they're getting a little bit of that Arkansas treatment. I talked about it earlier in the week, but early on, everybody was high on Arkansas. Everyone was so high on Arkansas. But they've run into some problems with some injuries and whatnot. The media is so high. Now, hey, Billy Liucci.
David Nuno. I like this facial hair look.
You like it?
What is this?
This is, I can't find a razor at the
I like
house.
it. No, it's you're distinguished.
I'm older.
Yeah.
I'm a little older.
But not in a bad way.
No.
I don't know what this is. Oh, yeah, look.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. So is this. What is this? 25. Oh, yeah.
Donnie said you would know what that is.
So Donnie made this, or I don't know, but it's a throwback Astros jersey. The number 25, and those of you that know, it's 25 lighters on my dresser. Yes, sir. Gots to get paid.
Got to get paid, baby.
But I thought it was going to be like a current Astro jersey. And I said if I went to a game, I'd wear it. I didn't know it was going to be. And then on the front, the star is an actual blunt with smoke coming off. So, I mean, I guess I would have still worn it even though I don't partake. But
then you get that label out in public.
But there's a lot of labels about me that already aren't true. You can't fight them. You can't battle them, you know. People think I'm out at Northgate, drunk every night or stumbling out of the tap, but can't fight it. You just give up. But I like the 25 lighters. This is like a Jeff Bagwell era.
Yeah, this is Killer Bees.
Yeah, I meant to invite Bags to the game.
You still can.
I might do it.
If you do,
they'll give him a pass real quick. Hall of Famer.
Hey, I'm going to give a quick Jeff Bagwell story. Look at that.
What?
Bags.
Lefty Bagwell.
Roger Clemens. I'm trying to think. Earl Campbell. All were very gracious.
At y'all's event. Well, that Steve was at.
Well, that too. But no, when Bob Allen passed away.
Oh, really?
Roger had me do live hits from his house.
He told me that, yeah.
But Jeff Bagwell invited me over to, when I say invited me over, he allowed me to come by and interview him to talk about the great Bob Allen. Just made me think about that. He's such a good guy. The perception people have outside of Houston of him is completely different than if you get to know. Jeff is an awesome dude.
Yeah, I actually met him at backstage at a Metallica concert, and I said this before, and he and I were making fun of Seth's facial hair.
Oh, yeah?
It was great, because Bagwell was like, you got to just let it go. Like, he was approving of mine, which nobody does, so I've had a great appreciation
Much
for
clean shaven
Bagwell.
for you, though.
Yeah, last night.
Yeah.
I shaved up. We got dinner tonight. But anyway, Bagwell, and then so we met him at the Metallica concert, and then I was at a Rockets game a couple years ago, and he's sitting like right behind me, and I hear somebody like, I remember you, and I thought it was going to be, somebody from TexAgs. I turn around, it's Bagwell. He's like, Metallica, right? So I've been wanting to get him to an A&M game, but a lot of these baseball guys, it's...
You got to get my colors here, man.
Well, I know. Lance would love it. I was talking to Rayleigh about that the other day because he was here. I bet he'll be here Saturday.
Hopefully they honor him.
I was thinking there might be a parade Saturday, Nuno, in Houston. I didn't know how quick they'd get that turned around.
Oh, my God. That was...
Thought they'd have won it last night. Parade on Saturday. Or
that was
a Wednesday night parade.
You know what? Props to the Braves. They were the better team, unfortunately.
Yeah, they were. And you know what? I didn't think that the Astros were going to make it to the World Series. You asked me that a couple months back, and I just didn't think...
I didn't think they had the pitching.
I thought maybe the Rays would. I didn't think the Red Sox... who else was in the AL that I thought at the time might have even been like the Blue Jay?
They were hot
for a while. The Astros didn't look like they had enough. A lot of credit. Are they the Braves of our childhood or our high school, college days? That's what it feels like.
They are, but
that's fine.
That's a great run.
They won a World Series. Look,
not if you believe that hack on Dan Clark Sports on Twitter who says we've never won a legit World Series, and he tweeted that immediately.
Listen to that crap. Here's my thing: if they wouldn't have won one, they'd be the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
they won one. So the Braves of that era, okay, fine. They're one of the three teams from my adult child, like high school through college that I remember. It's the Braves, the Yankees, and like the Bash Brothers.
Yeah.
But the Braves haven't won a World Series since '95, and we're in 2021. Like the Cubs hadn't won one so long. The Red Sox, the Dodgers hadn't won one until, from '98 till last year. It's not, teams can go streaky like the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Giants, but a lot of these real franchises, like historic franchises in all sports, will go years and years, like 1, 2, 3 decades at a time without winning a championship. So, I mean, the Orioles have been a really good, they're a storied baseball franchise.
Right.
The Reds, the
Reds was
the Tigers. Yeah, the Tigers. And I mean, the Braves, Indians, and Red Sox are they're famous for it. But I mean, even these other franchises, they go. Cowboys, perfect example. I mean, it is. So to win one and go to 3 and reached ALCS 5 years in a row.
Go to 4 since
went to 4 and won one. Yeah. So
that's just it's been a we've been very blessed to see some really good baseball in town. By any chance,
and I don't think it's over. Maybe not the peak is over, but I don't see them falling off the cliff.
No, even if Correa leaves, they'll spend their money elsewhere, get a starting pitcher, and maybe, I don't know, somebody at short that could be really good. But tell me you didn't listen to the first hour of the show.
I did not listen to the first hour. You asked me before. I told you. I was eating my Cheerios and
I'm glad you
blueberries.
Did. The show got hijacked.
By who?
By us. So we had a conversation.
Well, I actually don't mind a hijack.
Well, it wasn't very football.
Show hijacking.
We'll do some football, but I think I got to bring you up to speed with a topic that later we'll bring back when Seth is here.
Okay.
TexAgs the movie. There's a lot of actors that were picked to play parts. Okay. I actually picked, I think, a good one for you. You may not know the actor, Joe Montana.
Montana?
No, not Joe Montana.
I was about to say he's not.
I'll show you a picture of him. Joe. He played Deathstroke in this dude. Oh gosh, this is terrible radio.
Yeah,
he's
Nuno
jacked.
pulls up his computer.
Can you even see that?
All right, I'll take that guy.
He's jacked.
What's he in?
He was
in like Narcos or something.
He's been in a lot of movies. Well, we picked that. Somebody texted in Peter Dinklage as Gabe. I thought that was rude.
That was a fake laugh, but it was also a genuine laugh. That's hilarious. There is a similarity there.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I got Pee Wee Herman from somebody. Yeah. So.
I mean, they have a million lookalikes for me, most of which aren't the greatest. I don't know how many of them are actors, though. Somebody had like Buddy Hackett from like I think it was Buddy Hackett from like the 50s or 60s.
Yeah, somebody said Don Knotts, whatever.
Don Knotts for me? I'm not Don.
No, for me.
Oh, you're not Don Knotts either.
Just
who'd they have for Olin besides Olin?
I had Gary Busey or David Carradine for Olin.
I like Busey. Who's the other guy that's like Busey?
What's
there's
the name?
A Busey and
Billy Bob Thornton was one pick for Olin as well.
Not bad. There's Busey. I feel like Olin would be fairly easy to play.
He could play himself.
There's Busey. Who's the guy? Busey was in with Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze, Point Break. Right? That's Busey,
movie.
right?
Yeah, he's in there. Yeah.
Now, who's the other lunatic that's cut from the same cloth as Busey?
Oh, so the one that
Jeff Daniels could play.
Olin had him as one of them. He also had the guy Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah,
you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That actor.
All right. Finally, who plays Browninger?
Who was the Browninger? Well, there was somebody.
Whoever the guy that played Bull Hurley in Over the Top.
That's who's got to be.
That's who's got to be. Yeah.
No, somebody said The Rock.
Rock.
We're not doing that.
I almost dropped an F-bomb. I've never done that on this show in 25 years. I almost said, what the F? I couldn't believe that those words even came out of your mouth.
It wasn't me who said it. It was
whoever said it, permaban.
Banned.
Done. That's it.
They're done.
You don't make a joke like that and stay on our show. I promise that, or our site.
Hey, let's talk a little.
Nick Nolte. I just got
Nick
the text.
Nolte. Oh.
Wade at Republic.
Yes, Wade.
He's always good for when you need Wade. There he is.
Yeah.
Nick Nolte. That could be Olin as well.
That might be the best Olin.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk some football.
Let's go.
Auburn. I feel, and you walked in when I was talking about it, they're getting this Arkansas treatment right now that Arkansas was getting right around the time we played them and even after. A lot of hype around them. I think they're good.
Yeah.
I don't think they're better than A&M, especially at home.
I think you make a great point right there, David. They're playing as well as they have all year. So was Arkansas. So they were a buzzsaw. Heck, Auburn went into Fayetteville and beat the brakes off. It was a competitive game. They pulled away. They ended up beating them handily. That was without Catalon.
Right.
And they were completing – without Catalon, that Arkansas team, he's such a difference maker. It's part of why A&M just rolled him last year here because he got targeting on the second drive of the game, I think. But Arkansas, if A&M played Arkansas now, you'd feel great about the Aggies' chances of winning that game. I heard you talking when I sat down. Injuries, right? But they're making excuses for Arkansas's injuries, and nobody was doing that for A&M early. God forbid they lost their actual quarterback, but if they played now, you'd love A&M's chances.
Sure.
It's not because Arkansas's down. I would have liked A&M's chances when Arkansas was playing good if this Aggie team played them. So this is about how A&M's playing. Auburn's playing really good football. If you'd have played them a few weeks back, you'd have pummeled them. But if the A&M team that could barely beat Colorado and was going down 17-0 to Arkansas and got beat by Mississippi State at home, if that team played that Auburn team, who knows what would have happened? Both teams have gotten better. No one's talking about A&M because since they played Bama, I mean, people are talking about A&M, but Auburn seems to be like the team du jour in the SEC. A&M hasn't been in the spotlight or played, and for quite frankly, they haven't played anybody with a pulse since Bama. But they beat Alabama, and then they've crushed the last two opponents. They've just, if they wanted to have shut out the last two, they probably could have. It could have beat Missouri 56-7. They could have shut out South Carolina. It was, 44-14?
Mm-hmm.
That game could have been 51-0, like that.
Oh, yeah.
58-0 probably. They could have scored a couple more.
They had 6 yards entering the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So the Aggies are playing really good football. They had a bye, so people kind of, it was just like, they're lying in the cut. But let me tell you this. A&M had the 1 week thing, right? There has been an SEC team, of the week, team of the stretch, and they've all faded at one point or another. Arkansas, Ole Miss, even though they've only lost 2 now, but now people are going, okay, maybe they're not world beaters. They might end up losing 3 or 4 games.
Right.
There's one more. Kentucky is another example.
Lost 2 in a row, right?
Florida, when they almost beat Bama, and everybody, Florida, damn Mullen, and now look. So what that means, David, is these teams really aren't that good. They're just pretty good teams. It's kind of like what I say about the Big 12. They're pretty good teams beating other pretty good teams, and you get 2 or 3 of them in a row. For example, had the schedule laid out where A&M played Alabama and followed that up with, I don't know, LSU and maybe throw an Arkansas in there, or Kentucky, or maybe Mississippi State again, or Ole Miss. The Aggies might, in their last 3, be the team everyone's going, wow, this team is rolling. They just hadn't had anyone put in front of them since Bama to make you realize how far they've come. I think they're ready, and we're going to find out Saturday, because if they are, I'm not ruling out of the question. Before we go to break here, I'll leave you with this. I'm not ruling out of the question. I think this is going to be a really close game. But if the Aggies came out tomorrow and put it all together and played 90% as well as they played against Bama, this could be a really impressive performance where people come away going, wow, this team put them on the outside of the playoff chase looking in, because if some crazy things happen, who knows? You
play strong defense, you get a special teams or a defensive touchdown, you could get some separation. We'll talk about that on the other side. I want to remind you guys to text radio to 833-638-6248 for your chance to win the Big Friday giveaway, courtesy of our friends at Aggieland Outfitters. We're going to unveil that winner during the 10 o'clock hour of the show today. Should have had it out already, but let me show it to you. I think Luch will like this one too.
I liked that the other day.
Yeah, this is beautiful, right?
Like something R.C. Slocum would wear.
Yeah.
It does.
Sidelines, walking around town. It's cold out there this morning. I went for a walk. It was super cold. Needed this little sweater here. Super comfortable. Crew neck, comes in gray, power blend material. I love the power blend material. It really does, keep the moisture out and keep you warm. It's just beautiful. And it's got Texas Aggies printed in the maroon and white on the front. Crew neck will keep you warm all winter long. You want to have it, go get it at Aggieland Outfitters right before the game. Stop by the TexAgs tailgate. Go next door to Aggieland Outfitters. Get yourself this great sweater and hang out with us. $49.99. It is the Texas Aggie Gray Power Blend Crew Neck at $49.99 at Aggieland Outfitters.
Your home for Texas A&M football is Sports Radio 1150 AM and 93.7 FM. The Zone. The Zone.
Hello, St. Joseph Eagles fans. Listen to St. Joseph Eagles football throughout the season on KEDC 88.5 FM. St. Joseph Eagles football is brought to you this season by these local businesses: Jason Bainski Realtor, Lone Star Roof Systems, Law Office of Jeff Paradowski, Kraus Paint and Body, Wings and More, Blinn College, and Serve Pro of the Brazos Valley. Listen to St. Joseph Eagles football on KEDC 88.5 FM. Special thanks to all of our St. Joseph Eagle football sponsors.
Shop local, buy local, save big deals.
It's not every day you can save money. Oh, wait, you can. Hi, Jenny here from Big Deals. When you shop Big Deals, you'll save money every day on dozens of gift certificates from local businesses like these.
Howdy's Pizza, BCS Tire Pros, Cotton and Oak Home and Style, Cilantro Mexican Grill, and more. Visit AggieLandBigDeals.com to save big. AggieLandBigDeals.com.
The flagship station for Aggie Athletics is The Zone. Whenever the Aggies are playing, you can hear them right here at 1150 and 93.7 FM. Thanks to our listeners and our Aggie broadcast sponsors, Schulte Roofing, Prosperity Bank, Hargrove Insurance, and Rudy's Barbecue. Here's a big gig-em to all these sponsors. Listen to Aggie Athletics on The Zone 1150 and 93.7 FM.
You can hear the Paul Feinbaum Show weekdays 2 to 4 here on The Zone. Presented by Polaris Fun Center. Paul Feinbaum is SEC Country. And Aggieland is SEC Country too. Join Paul weekdays 2 to 4 here on The Zone. Polaris Fun Center sells and services Polaris ATVs, Rangers, Blazers, Global Electric Cars, and the Polaris Slingshot. Polaris Fun Center, where they sell and service fun, not tractors. The voice of the SEC. And you can hear Paul Feinbaum weekdays 2 to 4 here on The Zone. If you missed Louie, you missed.
Yes, I want to win more than anyone, but at the same time, we are developing young student athletes that are becoming the people they're going to be and the adults they're going to be after they leave here, after they leave this place. But what's special is they're always going to be connected to this place. And so then you're representing more than just volleyball. You're representing A&M and the 12th man, and getting them to wrap their minds around that. I mean, we are at a crucial development stage for student athletes, but just young people that are coming from their families, from their high school life, clubs, volleyball, all of that, into their own independent lives and still developing as people and as athletes. So I look at it as a very special time, very crucial, very just, it's everything. I mean, it's more than just sports. It is life. It is real things. And
Listen to Louie from 11 to 2 weekdays on The Zone. Brought to you in part by Smoothie King.
Welcome back, TexAgs Radio. We are presented by David Gardner's Jewelers here in the Rollo Insurance Studio. If you want to be a part of the conversation, you can join us on the A&B text line. A&B, a College Station branch of the Amarillo National Bank, Good Texas Banking. The website, amb.com. That number is 979-693-1150. You can also call the BCSI hotline, 979-693-1150. We're going to have Josh Pate here on the show momentarily in about 5 or 6 minutes. So looking forward to having him on. I know a lot of you guys watch his show. I wasn't familiar with it before I took this job, and I saw a lot of people tweeting about it. He does a wonderful job. Has really built a nice little following there. And, you know, he's just I'm going to ask about how he picked A&M this weekend, which is the obvious choice, in my opinion, but and how he built that show. So we'll talk to him about that, his thoughts on A&M-Auburn as well. When Luch walks right back in the studio, I'm going to paint a picture for him because the Tony Barnhart, who I love, Tony's a great guy, and he knows his stuff, but whatever. But I'm going to paint a picture for Luch because I am so sick of that talking point. So I'm gonna say it out loud. If top recruits continue, hello, Bronny.
I got beef with this guy.
I don't know if people can hear that. He's got a beef with you.
I don't know.
What's he mad about?
Bronny just looks for any reason to say the word beef in a sentence.
What is Gabe's word that bugs you?
Oh, my God.
He said,
people will laugh now that I say it. And hopefully he doesn't hear this, so he doesn't take active measures to stop. But when he comes on now, it's like a 20-minute I really think he drinks about 6 shots. He does like a Dan Campbell espresso attack. It's like I used to have 15 hours on radio. Now I have 20 minutes, so I'm going to get every word in I can in that 20 minutes. It's like he's on speed. But the one word he keeps coming back to, and I texted y'all the other day, I said, stop saying it. Not for any reason other than it's a crutch word for him. He keeps saying sucker.
That's right. He brought it up yesterday.
That sucker ate 6 kolaches. That sucker is fast. That sucker won't get tackled. That sucker wins a lot of games. He keeps saying it. He doesn't. And I told him he said it the other day like four times, and he sat there with you. He's like, "There's no way." I said, "Go back and count them." And the first time he was on, he said it like 7 times because I was listening. Like, you know, you're doing something, but I've got it on. I was like, "Why do I feel like he keeps saying sucker?" So I went back and listened. It was like 7 times he said sucker.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sucker.
So we got
sucker.
We got Josh Pate coming on here in about 5 minutes, so we need to make this short. But I do want to say
Speaking
this.
of beef kolache.
I'm going to go get one after this. I want to say this out loud. I haven't had you on, but there's still this Jimbo narrative out there, and I'm just going to paint this picture because Tony Barnhart today went on with the SEC guys and said something.
Every day.
And look, maybe I'm completely wrong, but I don't think I am. But if Jimbo were really in the mix at LSU, I don't think Walter Nolan and all these guys who keep visiting A&M every weekend would continue to come and bring their families and experience this lifestyle. I think it would be more like what we're seeing in Oregon where people are like, maybe I want to see what else is out there. Maybe I don't want to go to school here. I don't think it would be the momentum would keep rising if he were really entertaining something else.
Here's my thing. Coaches can be deceptive when they're leaving a school.
Yep.
We've seen this a million times. I think with everything this place has done for Jimbo and his family and how he fits and what he's done for this place, I mean, like, he brought us what happened at Kyle Field a month ago. And I think with the way recruiting's going, like whatever questions he had about A&M 3 years in, he can't possibly have any longer. The NIL money that's there, the facilities and what they're doing for him, facilities-wise. And there's some people that are very good friends with him. They're major gifts towards these facilities. He's mentioned his ranches. He fits here, and he knows it. And A&M fans know it, and the people that matter know it. And that's why they said, I don't give a damn what anybody says. This is our coach. We got our guy. It's been a long road to find him. A lot of people can't find their guy. We found ours, and we're going to pay him, and we're going to keep him.
Yeah.
And I do think LSU and what could go on there with Edo on the hot seat played a role in that. And it was probably prompted by none other than Jimmy Sexton. Do I trust Jimmy Sexton? Hell no. I don't trust him at all. He's an agent. He's a great agent. So if you're a fan of any school, you shouldn't trust Jimmy Sexton. So if Jimmy Sexton was in Baton Rouge a few weeks ago and people start putting the pieces together, I got news for you. He represents damn near every coach in the profession, number one. Number two, with Jimbo, like the fan support, the outpouring of support for Kids First, the way that storming of the field went. He knows now he can beat Bama here. If there was ever a doubt, it's happened. He saw his team do it, the team he put together do it. You mentioned Walter Nolan, the recruiting and where it's at. Now, if there was ever a question that, can I get the best of the best in the whole country and this state to come play here? Because that's what I need to win, not a championship, but multiple SEC championships and make the playoffs several times. That's answered in the affirmative. The only thing, David, why he would go, per what these people are saying, because you can't get Dabo and you can't get Ryan Day and you can't get Lincoln Riley, just like I said to Peter the other day. So you're just telling me he's leaving because he's friends with Scott Woodward. That's the only reason you guys put him on there versus these coaches that you say can't move. Because every other thing about Texas A&M and Jimbo Fisher says you can't move him. Just like you'd say about Dabo, Day, and Riley. Don't see it happening. And I'm convinced it's not happening.
All right, let's do this because Josh Pate is early. We don't have guests that are early.
Okay.
Let's hit a break. We'll come back. We'll talk to Josh Pate and break it all down.
And I'll say this. The rumors, here's why they are. Because Scott is going to target – he has been he's targeted Jimbo from day one, and everybody knows it, and everybody knows that he won't stop. It's Texas' biggest sales pitch right now on the recruiting front.
Sure.
And other schools. So I'm ready to get to the finish line where they hire somebody. And if I'm Jimbo Fisher, I'm telling every kid, you guys watch, and you remember who's lying to you and who's telling the truth. Because you're still going to be out there when they hire a coach, and it's not going to be me. And remember who made their entire sales pitch, because it's all Texas has right now. They're telling every kid A&M's recruiting that Jimbo's not going to be there. So if I'm Jimbo, I'm telling him, sit back and remember who's lying to you, because he's got a flat, catfish-shaped head, and he works in Austin.
All right. We'll hit a break here. We'll come back with Josh Pate. It's TexAgs Radio.
I'm Chelsea Reber with your community calendar on the Zone. College Station High School Theater presents A Midsummer Night's Dream, Friday and Saturday. Tickets are online at cshstheater.com. A presentation for seniors about using technology is being held on Wednesday, November 10th. Contact the Mature Well Lifestyle Club for more information. Former Vice President Mike Pence is speaking at Rudder Theater on Thursday, November 11th at 7 p.m., hosted by Texas A&M's Young Americans for Freedom. Tickets are free to the public and available at tamuyaf.org. Join the Brazos County A&M Club for their annual fundraiser, Beats and Barbecue, Saturday, November 13th at Savage Brew Lab in Bryan. Game day starts tomorrow morning at 11:30 with the Twin Peaks pregame show. Then listen to A&M-Auburn at 2:30. 30 minutes after the game, dial in on a call-in show powered by TexAgs.com. Spend your game day on 1150 AM and 93.7 FM. I'm Chelsea Reber on The Zone.
Aggie football is here, and Texas A&M Transportation Services offers parking and shuttle options. Pay $25 cash to park near Bush Library, Bonfire Memorial, or Agronomy Road. Ride the free Downtown Bryan shuttle. For pre- and post-game traffic and parking info, or to purchase parking before the game, visit Destination Aggieland within the TAMU app, download the Park Mobile app, or visit transport.tamu.edu/football.
For those parking with an annual permit, be ready to show us your permit barcode printed on paper or on your smartphone screen. Follow us on Twitter at GetToAggieGame.
Bryan Broadcasting is your home for high school football. Bryan High, A&M Consolidated, Rudder, and College Station High play on the Bryan Broadcasting family of stations. No matter where you are, hear every play, every game, all season long. Thanks to Frost Bank, Ed Phillips Plumbing, Rapid Express Car Wash, and ASAP Equipment. To find out when and where to hear your favorite team, go to brazosfootball.com.
'Tis time once again to set thy spirit free. Join Bud Light in a toast to the 47th Texas Renaissance Festival. Huzzah! Now open weekends through November. A land of magic and merriment, chivalry and romance, artisans and wares from distant lands, deliciously enticing food, games of skill and chance, plus the finest actors and musicians in the realm. The King and Queen await your arrival. Tickets available at texrenfest.com.
Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Max Kellerman.
How about them Cowboys? Hey! Everybody is waiting for that bottom to just fall out. But hey, Cooper Rush is holding it together no matter what. Amari Cooper, Cedric Wilson, CeeDee Lamb, Ezekiel Elliott, they're all coming to the party. Imagine what that team is going to look like. But as Jerry was saying, how about them Cowboys?
Spend your mornings with Keyshawn, Jay Will, and Max, powered by WC Tractor. Mornings from 5 to 8 here on The Zone.
It is TexAgs Radio, presented by David Gardner Studios here in the Rollo Insurance Studio as we scarf down some food during the break. I'm excited about this next one, Billy. Josh
Yeah,
Pate,
me too.
Yeah, he's joining the show here on the BCSI hotline. Josh, how are you?
I'm good. Look, so y'all are eating breakfast. So this is an empty bowl here that I just scarfed down of some of the nastiest sugar-free oatmeal that Nashville, Tennessee has to offer.
Oh.
So I don't know what you're eating. I'm telling you it's better than what I'm eating. So now what are you eating?
We have Shipley's, but we also have Torchy's Tacos. So I've got a Torchy's breakfast taco.
So there's flavor.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
actually
Bacon,
filling,
eggs.
You enjoy it. Yeah, okay.
Queso fresca, whatever that is.
You're actually going to know this about me, but I actually enjoy non-sweet
Sugar-free oatmeal?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
That's awful.
They serve this stuff at Guantanamo. I think I got it shipped here from Guantanamo. This stuff is disgusting, but I have to put myself through it.
You're about to start confessing all your deepest, darkest secrets. Stop eating that.
Yes.
Josh, when are you making your way to town?
So I heard you talk about some of our friends in Austin, Texas, right before the break, and that was very flattering. So I cannot participate in that because I'm flying into Austin in a few hours.
Yep.
So I have to be very careful. I got to mind my P's and Q's at least till I get out of that airport.
No doubt.
I'm going to come in there later this evening, though.
Well, hey, you're agnostic. You do a hell of a job. I've really enjoyed. I actually read that article about you yesterday, so it was really
With Jason Barrett?
it was fascinating to read about the background and stuff. And just coming from me as an Aggie, I've loved what you do and want to see the rise continue. So we're excited. I'll meet you this weekend, so I look forward to it.
I appreciate that, guys. I really appreciate that. Can you believe we get to do this stuff for a living?
Right.
I know you've done it longer than I have, man, but it's wild to even think about that.
Yeah, it is. It is. And Kyle Field. So have you been to Kyle Field before? Is this your first trip?
I've been out there one other time. I was out there a couple of years ago before the pandemic when Bama came in there. It ended up being a blowout game, but I mean, my biggest takeaway was that team, that home team there, that A&M team, ended up getting some margin run up on them. And yet I still walked away telling folks back home, hey, you guys in like Birmingham and Montgomery and Columbus and Macon, that place is different. Because to them, like to us, those of us who grew up in the SEC, A&M's been here almost a decade now, or about a decade, but it's still new. And so there are a whole lot of people in the footprint that have not been out there. So I'm fortunate enough to have been out there once before, get to go out there again. I know, man. Like I know about A&M. Some of my folks still don't know though.
Yeah, that's fascinating to hear, and I believe it too. Like Georgia's never come here,
right?
And then a lot of Kentucky's come on, but a lot of teams they've come once maybe in the 10 years, and if you miss that game, you still don't know about. So Josh, you were here 2 years ago and saw like freshman named Jalen Weidemeyer score a touchdown in that game. You saw a freshman running back named Isaiah Spiller. You saw Damani Richardson as a freshman pick off Tua. A lot of young talent in that game that are now juniors. What's your takeaway on this A&M team, watching it from your vantage point, like kind of how this season has gone and where they're at right now?
Yeah, it's a really good point there. I was thinking about that actually within the context of this game leading up to it, about the first time I saw some of those guys and now what they've become. I mean, Weidemeyer is probably one of, if not the biggest keys in this particular game that we're going to watch Saturday. But what's so interesting is Jimbo walks in there. It's not this outright reclamation project, build it from the ashes or anything like that.
Yeah.
But there is obviously a rebuild and a retool that needs to happen. And it's been so fun to me to watch the year one, the year two, to watch the thumbprint. Like I'm a believer that every year subsequently that a coach is at a program after the year he's hired, all that's happening is he's taking his thumb and he's just pressing it harder and harder against the program. So right now, you look at a Texas A&M program, and it's not always apples to apples because they had to make a change at quarterback out of necessity. But you start seeing a deeper imprint of Jimbo Fisher. And I've told folks this, speaking about the A&M experience, I've also told folks this who haven't seen them in person. You guys see them all the time. You get to see them in practice. You know how physically impressive that roster is. Everyone doesn't know that. I see Bama up close all the time. I see Georgia up close all the time. A&M is the only other team in the SEC outside of LSU. A&M is the only other team in the SEC that for the last couple of years, if I put Georgia jerseys on them or if I put Bama jerseys on them, they would pass the physical smell test of, yeah, that's Bama. Yeah, that's Georgia. Like they're physically that impressive. The only thing that's, really held them back, I'm preaching to the choir here, is the elite high-level quarterback play hasn't been there to fully leverage a lot of those pieces, and maybe they haven't always been where you want them to on the perimeter skill-wise.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee they're a lot closer now than they were when he took that job over.
Josh, for this game specifically, where do you find Auburn vulnerable? And on the same token, A&M?
So there are reasons to believe there should be a lot of edges for A&M in this game. The same thing that was going Auburn's way last week that made me feel really good about them against Ole Miss, you could just as easily flip it on its ear right now. And it's all about dynamic. You don't even have to go on a grease board and X and O it to death. When you talk about coming off your bye week, which Auburn was last week, and they played a very, very beat to death Ole Miss squad, they got some confidence about themselves, as they should have, from that outcome. But now they have to go into a road environment against a rested team. And this is a team that out-athletes them to at least a marginal degree. So when I say all that, you'd say, okay, well, suffice it to say your pick is probably A&M by double digits, right? That's where I think the game gets a little bit closer. Mm-hmm. Because as much as A&M has come on offensively since they found the rhythm with Calzada, what I still wonder about is against teams that are really good on the line of scrimmage, which, all due respect, Missouri is not, for example. Against those teams on the line of scrimmage, can we see those fourth quarter efforts against the Alabamas of the world? Can I see that duplicated again? And can I see it duplicated when it's not a surprise? I know everything I need to know about Zach Calzada. I need to know everything I need to know about what they are going to do offensively. Can I see it duplicated? Now, the answer may be an emphatic yes. We may see 37-17 Saturday, but I think equally or more likely is the scenario where you're watching the game, A&M's got a marginal yardage edge, nice little time of possession, yards per play edge, and you feel like they're winning the game, but it's one of those where you say A&M's outplayed Auburn, and then you also say, oh, look at that, it's a one-possession game anyway.
Right.
That's kind of the way I feel it goes Saturday. I lean A&M to win the game, but I think it's a knife fight.
Well, Josh, I think everything you said I've expressed this week, and that's why you are who you are. You're covering the entire league. You're covering the entire country. But yet you can drill down an A&M game like we are sitting here. I 1,000% agree with you. I think the key all the way from I think A&M has more talent. It's marginal, like you said, but I think they're the more talented team. I think they have the better top-end players in this game. They're playing at home. It's why I'm picking A&M, but I think it's going to come down to the final 5 or 6 minutes of this one, the last couple of drives. Where I think you nailed it, and one thing I'll say too, to me, for Texas A&M, the two position groups, if I could have any two that you told me were going to excel tomorrow, I would say let it be the offensive line against that Auburn defensive front that is it's not necessarily Bama, but it's light years better than what they've seen the last 2 weeks. And let the Aggie secondary, this needs to be a game where they really rise up, because I think they've been a tick behind some of the other units. And if they play well, I think these Auburn receivers can make you pay, but I don't think they're anything close to elite. And if they can lock it down back there and make things difficult on Bo Nix, and I think that's the game the Aggies pull away in that other scenario you said.
Yeah, here's the other thing to think about. So this is a really interesting point, and you can really dive in a lot deeper than that. On the Auburn receiving core, on Bo Nix, if you just look at the stat sheet, their last few weeks, it speaks volumes, but yet you need so much more context. Because if you do just the standard split between functional play and broken play, a majority of their offense through the air is coming via broken play. Now, I know that screams to you, okay, well, just keep Bo Nix in the pocket. It's hard. It's really hard to do against him. But I'm telling you, there's a reason this team fired their wide receivers coach about a month into the season.
True.
It is not a good receiver room by traditional standards. Where they're great and where they've been coached to death at this point is come back to the ball, get yourself open, scramble drill, broken play, pocket move, launch angle changes. That's where Auburn excels. And if they end up beating A&M or they end up doing more through the air than you think they would, that's exactly where it'll be. It won't be on standard plays. It won't be on anything that's in the playbook. It'll be when the playbook breaks down and Bo Nix, it just takes 2 or 3 times a game sometimes to tilt a game. That's how they'd make their plays through the air.
Give me, Nooner, you got an Auburn A&M specific question, because I want to ask him rankings and playoff.
I was actually going to ask him about which is the harder matchup for A&M. Is it this week against Auburn at home against a higher ranked team, or is it Ole Miss next week on the road? A banged up Ole Miss, I'll say.
Yeah, I'm incomplete on that. I was trying to come to that own conclusion myself. I don't really know, because I don't know what Ole Miss is. And here's the problem. Ole Miss had their bye so early in the year. Now, they had it before Bama, but it didn't matter. And so you don't get the fruits of that right after it. And then you say, oh, wait, so we got Bama. Then we got to play Tennessee and Arkansas and LSU and Auburn. They got Liberty this week, guys. Liberty has fallen short of expectation, but yet you know good and well Hugh Freeze perceives himself as competing with Lane Kiffin for some of the same jobs out there. So it's a Super Bowl mode for Liberty this week. Like, just because they're not playing an SEC game this week, Ole Miss is not off by any stretch. So I'm saying that to say, I don't know how much of Ole Miss is left. I don't know who they have and who they don't have next week. So that could change my answer by like 2 touchdowns. So by default, I'm going to say this Auburn game.
I will too. And the thing about, I think it would really behoove Lane Kiffin to, if he could just sit Matt Corral this week. But against Liberty and Freeze and Willis in Oxford, that ain't happening.
That ain't happening.
So, it would be really nice to sit him and just run the heck out of the ball and run your offense. But that's not going to happen. In the initial CFP rankings came out. It's what it's all anyone's talking about. Zero problem with where A&M's at. Like that's not what we're discussing this week. It's all about what's going on in that top 10. I'll start by saying I kind of like what they did to OU because of what we've seen from them. And one time, Josh, and maybe it's this weekend, I really want to dive into your power. Like, I love I want to get into, like, really understanding it. I'm fascinated by it. But just these playoff rankings, OU at 8, leave them out of it. Tell me, what was your biggest surprise / disappointment where you think they got it wrong? And then what's one that you saw kind of like I did with OU where you said, yeah, that they got that right?
I was pleasantly surprised that Oklahoma is where they are.
Yeah.
I don't think it was any kind of, miscarriage of justice. I didn't have a huge problem like you with any slotting of any of these teams. Even, if you wanted to argue semantics with me, Michigan State 2, Bama 3 instead, that's fine. It's all irrelevant. I think we all understand that. But why I was so pleasantly surprised that OU is where they are is because they're behind Cincinnati.
True.
Which renders all of this talk moot. When someone tries to come to me on the street, and even on the streets of Nashville, this happens. They come to me and they say, Cincinnati's where they are because of anti-G5 hate. There's just G5 bias out there. And here's what comes out next. If Cincinnati was a perennial Power 5 brand name that was undefeated, they'd be higher. Well, I can call BS on that in 2 seconds because Oklahoma is all those things, and they're behind Cincinnati as an undefeated team right now.
Yeah.
I think the guys like Dave Bartu and Adam McClintock, they have really knocked 15 holes in this thing when those guys are able to predict with about 95% accuracy the order of these rankings before they're released.
Mm-hmm.
It shoots all the holes in the argument that these folks are just going in a room and just deciding on a whim how this is going to stack up. That's not the way it works. It's not. It turns out that's never the way it's worked. It's just, it doesn't fit that old narrative word that I hate using. It doesn't fit it. So people want to believe, it's the same folks that would tell you don't open your closet at night. You never know what's in there.
Hey,
I found a snake in my house the other day, so that
you did.
I believe those old folks.
I said 95%, not 100%. There are the 5%ers out there.
Hey, Josh, we got to hit a break here, man, but I look forward to meeting you this weekend, and a big fan of your work, and looking forward to catching up with you again here on the show soon.
I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Josh Pate on the not the A&B, the BCSI hotline. I was about to call it the A&B hotline, but it's the BCSI hotline right now. A moment for Caldwell Country Chevrolet, Highway 21 in Caldwell, online, CaldwellCountryChevrolet.com. Deals, 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 more deals. That's what you get with Zach Hester and his company out there. Just great deals, but great customer service. Really, at the end of the day, you want to be able to get the car you want, not feel like you're getting haggled, have a really nice experience that you can start at home, online, and you can go in person and just have that, right? You want to make sure that you're taken care of before, during, and after the process. That's what they excel at. They're better than everybody out there. I'm telling you, when you do meet the good friends there at Caldwell Country, you're going to be like, man, those guys, that Nuno wasn't lying, man. He is awesome. They're great over there. Go check them out. It's Caldwell Country Chevrolet, Highway 21 in Caldwell, and online at CaldwellCountryChevrolet.com.
Your home for Texas A&M baseball is Sports Radio 1150 AM and 93.7 FM.
The Zone.
Does your bank know your first name? At Normandy State Bank, they do. Normandy State Bank is locally owned, controlled, and operated. This local personal touch means banking decisions are made on site the same day you request it. Normandy State makes banking easy. They're open Saturdays, offer state-of-the-art online banking, bill paying, fund transfers, check and statement images. Normandy State, where